Hi, I'm the host that's here because the other two just didn't show up.
This
Alanis.
is not Sith based. You
It is
cannot do
now.
that.
It
You can't.
is now. It is now.
Hi everybody. It's your other host Luke. Char. We gave Char the night off because got to get him
Bestie,
rested
they're
for
on
the
their summer
playoffs.
vacation.
You mean winter vacation? It's not
Whatever,
summer.
same thing.
Oh well. Um. Uh. Here we go. Me not being great at hosting again. Let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, so this is going to be our last podcast for the year. 2022 was a great year for us. But Alanis, where can the good people follow you on social media? And I also said your name right, so fuck you, Hereth.
So we're going into the new year right automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Already off on a good
Absolutely.
foot. You can follow me at Not a Kyber literally everywhere. You can also listen to me over at Sith Faced Podcast, and you can now follow us on YouTube coming soon at Sith Faced Media. We're gonna start putting things out with our faces on it. Crazy. But yeah, 2022 is a wild year.
Oh yeah.
I've been loving on TikTok watching everyone's like year in review.
I'm not good at editing, so I probably won't do one.
That's lame. But anyway,
Again, now here we
watching
go.
everyone.
Now everybody gets a look into our relationship. This is gonna be so much fun. This is gonna be so much fun.
Of course it is.
I'm smiling. I'm smiling because
Dying on the inside.
maybe a little bit. I don't know, because I feel
Good.
like you're gonna outshine me, which is fine. So what else is new?
But anyway, tell us who we have here, Luke.
We're gonna do the intro first, and then we're gonna bring in our guest.
You're ruining my flow.
There you go.
Go for it.
The Jedi Knights are all but destroyed, and yet your task is not complete, Inquisitor. The Emperor has foreseen a new threat rising against him. The Podwans Podcast.
God, I do love that intro. I love that intro so much. But first, we are gonna bring in our two awesome guests tonight. Both are returning guests to the Podwans podcast. They've been on. Well, one's been on a little bit more than the other. But like, we both love them. And I'm gonna introduce Chase and Choco.
Who the fuck are you people? This is my podcast. How did you get the
Here we go. Here we go.
This is everyone's podcast tonight, but Luke's.
Yeah, this is how it usually works. I mean, Choco.
Yeah, welcome everyone to the High Ground Podcast.
I was gonna say he retired from the podcast game, at least on his own. But Choco, where can the good people follow you on the social medias?
Yeah, you can follow me, Darth Choco, on TikTok, Darth Choco on YouTube, Darth Choco7 on Twitter. And you can check out Dyad and the Force podcast Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time, except for this weekend because I will be in LA.
Nice. Cool. Good for you, dude. Chase, where can the good people follow you?
Hi, you could find me at Forward Into the Black on TikTok. That's basically all I ever do now these days. But yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to get into this episode, but first, I want to ask our guests, and Alanis, you can answer this question too, and I guess I will answer this question too.
Thanks for the permission.
This is, okay. All right.
This episode's going to be straight red.
All right. Okay. Anyway.
You're going to need like 47 ice packs.
I know. This is going to be like all the burns that I actually get in real life when we talk to each other. You guys are just getting like the inside track on what we say to each other all the fucking time. So buckle up. It's going to get wild. Choco, from the year 2022, what is your favorite memory of the podcast in 2022?
Favorite memory of the podcast.
It can be from reactions
Let's
to.
See. I mean, the favorite moment has to be the hot tea reaction video from
yes,
first
hold
your tongue.
Yeah, that's right.
That was pretty epic.
That was the Tony Hawk mention was pretty fucking awesome as well. And the videos that came out of that were just fantastic. I would have to agree with you on that one. Chase, what's your favorite memory? I know what yours is. I gotta know what yours is.
Probably the biggest time I derailed the podcast by saying you set up Malik in the couch meme.
That's right. I forgot about that. I thought you were gonna do when I did the when you did the slideshow for T Squad.
That was good. That was good.
Really,
I enjoyed that. I bonus fact, I had a migraine that whole time and I was about to throw up the whole time.
that was Chase's that was Chase's Jordan game. He played with a migraine. The man knew what he knew he had to show up for that moment. He knew he couldn't give Meber Gascon like he had to do it justice. He couldn't sit on the bench. He had to come in and save the day. So I like that one. Alanis?
I gotta say for 2023, you know what you gotta do?
Oh,
you gotta notate when chat derails the whole podcast and make a compilation.
Like a counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually I think that's a really good idea. But I'm never good at like keeping track of things. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. So it's
also, I agree with you, Luke. I'm not doing a year in review because I don't care.
Yeah, it's like that, and I'm cool. Like everybody took all of my awesome like people have videos of me that I didn't even know they had. So it's like I didn't sign off on any waivers.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a lot of alcohol consumption.
Yeah.
I have to say, every single time I see a karaoke video, I cringe. Every single time.
That was fun.
I cringe. And every single time I'm like scouring the background, I'm like, am I in there? I don't remember.
No, you're sitting on the floor in the hallway.
Yep. I was somewhere.
It wasn't. No, she wasn't. She didn't even make it into the hallway. She
where I was.
No, Alanis was definitely in the hallway for
we had a great conversation.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Wait, we can't talk about this. We can't talk.
Okay.
This is like we cannot talk about Bruno section. Like we cannot talk. We cannot talk about karaoke.
Okay, my camera might move. If so, it's because my cat is pulling on wires behind my computer.
We'll look at everybody in the chat. All right. That's
I have to say that is the episode that I listen to constantly. I absolutely love that episode.
Huh.
It's so good.
It is one of our better ones. I will say that. Haley says have their name and handles in parentheses, but opposite.
I noticed that as soon as I got in. I was like, I might fix this, but I won't.
Oh man. BDS. Wow. Oh yes. When Char introduced Guilford Godfrey. Was
that Brooke?
What?
The comment that you highlighted.
No,
whoever came. No, read it. Whoever came up with BDSM, basic Death Star maneuvers.
Might have been Brooke. I'm not sure. Pat says favorite moment from podcast in 2022 is when when he turned Hereth and Char against me. You know, it's great. Oh man. And then Hereth says,
God, I love cats.
The year in review 12-hour stream. So yeah, we've had some.
Also,
really
anytime we make Luke look like he's racist.
Yeah, fuck you. By the way, that you had me, and I will forever.
Are you excited
that
for the
is-
anniversary, Luke?
No, I am not, because we aren't doing that again. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like right when he said it, yeah, just stand back and stand by, and I'm like, yeah, and then it cuts me out. I was like, oh fuck, I didn't mean to say that. Oh Jesus, man. People are starting to ask me where I was, where I was at during January 6th, and it's not, it's I was at home. I promise you. Alanis, so what was that your favorite moment?
I feel like it's far enough removed that I can tell the story now for those who don't know it. The first time I was ever on the podcast, it was for the Book of Boba Fett rewatch with V. And here's the thing. We had filmed an episode of Sith Face that night, and I may or may not have taken a special gummy and was very badly reaping the side effects of that. And the entire time...
she was high as a fucking kite.
Yep. And the entire Book of Boba Fett watch through, I had no idea where I was. I was astral projecting the entire time. And my cat at one point interrupted it. So that was probably my favorite.
I'm going to be cliche, and I'm going to say when Alanis was here to react to Obi-Wan.
That's actually a nice one.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
Don't ever say I'm fucking cheesy, okay? Because I am absolutely cheesy.
Because immediately afterwards, I had left his house and stood on his front porch and just looked outside for 15 minutes and was just bawling. I was like, I need a minute.
It was like Luke looking out into the twin suns, but it was just Alanis looking into the darkness of Nebraska.
Did you get French horns in the background?
Honestly,
no, we were so close to doing it, and I couldn't do it.
It wasn't in the budget.
Oh yeah, yes. No. This is exactly what I said. What'd you think of the Boba Fett episodes, Alanis? The coloring was stunning.
Yep, that's literally all I said the entire time.
That is exactly how that happened. But enough with the rambling. Choco, explain this episode in 2 sentences or less. Oh, look, it's Haley Corellia Copywork. Sorry to derail it. Oh, that's derailed number 1.
Put it in the chat.
Can you?
Oh, God, I love that.
That is so good.
Oh, the use of chat. Gotta love it.
All right, 2 sentences. Let's see. Inquisitors steal babies. Ahsoka says no.
Not today.
Short, simple, to the point. I love it.
Dikembe Matumbo.
No.
Chase.
Oh, are we summing up the episode?
Yep. 2 sentences.
Yeah. Hey, Uda, what those mouths do?
Oh, God.
I think mine is Taken, but without Liam Neeson and without really anything with Taken, but just the core theme of Taken.
Yeah. Inquisitors, pedophiles? Question mark. What? They're stealing babies.
Okay. The softer side of Zeb.
Oh,
I like
that one's better.
That's better.
Or in other words, Zeb goes soft.
Oh Jesus!
Sorry,
that could be taken 2 different ways. Yep. Surprise. Different. There we go. Inquisitors are pulling a Cad Bane. Ahsoka shows off her training. Absolutely. But we're gonna get into my section of this, and we're gonna talk about the story.
Hey Luke, are those? Yeah. Is that font the dollar bill font?
I don't know.
I was just about to say. I didn't make that. National Treasure vibes. It gives me
Just call me Nicolas Cage stealing the Declaration of Independence. Anyway, so we're gonna be talking about season 2, episode 10, Future of the Force. Basically, the long and short is Ahsoka sends Kanan and Ezra, and she suggests they bring Zeb along to check out why the Inquisitors are snooping around Topoka City. And they end up finding out that they're looking for Force-sensitive children, which is a connection to the Clone Wars episode that was in season 2, right? Season 2, want to say?
Yes.
Yeah, season 2. Oh man, now we're getting oh Jesus, here we go. Oh my God. Anyway, this podcast is a national treasure. Good one, Pat. That's a zinger. And they meet up with the Inquisitors. They chase Zeb, Ezra, and Kanan. And then Ahsoka shows up, kicks some ass, and that's kind of it for the episode. My first question: throughout the first half of this episode, Kanan is not getting any of the hints, like not at all. Like he's just like, why are they trying to do this? What are they doing here? And it's like it finally clicks. Why do you think it took him so long to figure out that they were going after Force-sensitive children?
I definitely think with Kanan, just his general character, he is very in the moment. I think he is someone who experiences tunnel vision. So he's like, gotta save the baby. And then it finally clicks in of like why he has to save the baby.
That's fair.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kanan sometimes has like himbo energy. Like he just doesn't, he has no idea. Doesn't matter. But also I think maybe he didn't even consider that to be a possibility of them going after like something that innocent. It maybe just didn't even occur of like, I don't know, maybe this is a famous baby or something. I don't know.
Now, do you think like the survivors in general even were thinking about the next generation for the most part? Or is it kind of like their own survival for those that were left?
They probably don't even know that other Force-sensitive kids exist or have that thought of like, because how would they find them or any of that stuff. Be interesting to spend more time with it.
I mean, you get a little bit of a taste of it from Cal in Jedi Fallen Order. That's kind of like the only thing that we really know.
I think since you bring up Cal, I think there's like lots of similarities between Kanan and Cal as they're Jedi Padawans that didn't finish their training, and so the stuff that you would expect, a Jedi Knight or a Jedi Master to kind of, have the foresight to see, they don't. And I think as Rebels goes on, and you start to learn that Kanan is not a Jedi. He's presented as this Jedi Master figure to Ezra, and it slowly kind of descends into realizing he's not. He's this guy who lost everything when he went in Bad Batch. He's 12, 13 with the deepest Freddie Prinze Jr. voice.
No, yeah. I mean, they're pretty close in age, aren't they? Cal's like what?
I believe they've got to be around the same age. 10? I mean, I swear when Order 66 happens, I thought that was Cal. So it was a white kid with red hair. I thought it was Cal,
No, yeah. No. I think they are very close in age. So it does make sense that they're both kind of like oblivious. And also, we only know of one other time where the Sith were really were trying to capture Force-sensitive children in canon anyway. Right? Because did they ever do something like that in Legends?
Not that I recall, but I spent most of my Legends time in post Return of the Jedi.
Gotcha. Yeah, that Darth Plagueis is the only Legends book that I've actually like sat down and read.
Oh, you gotta read Bane.
surprisingly, with the Thrawny over here, yeah, I would actually
best. Yeah, Bane is best enjoyed with Papa Roach playing in the background the whole time.
Yes. Put on a
Wanna
little
be
Limp Bizkit.
loved. Why I'm gonna give it up? Is that what part in the book is that song playing? Because that would be
all
intense.
of it. All of it.
Yeah.
On a
it is the
12-hour
edgiest
loop.
of edgelord books.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's true.
I mean that is very true. The Sith and
but like I'm legitimately now gonna try and make an edit with Blood Brothers playing in the background. It's in our nature to destroy each other. Yeah, he said.
Hey, be on the lookout for Darth Choco's remix. Blood Brothers coming out soon. But yeah, and to kind of bring it back to Kanan, like obviously he's not gonna think about that because that's like something that he has never had to think about before, you know. Ezra's the only other Force sensitive that he's really met at that time besides Ahsoka, I guess. Like in the very beginning, he didn't know if there was going to be any more Force sensitives that could be Jedi, you know, because I mean the purge happens and you just don't know. But yeah, that's what I got on that question.
I mean, also in the first season, right? Kanan is trying his hardest to not be the one to train him. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing. We'll find the ghost of what's her face?
Luminara and Dooley.
Yeah.
Rule follower.
That episode was insane.
Yeah. That's
a jump scare episode. I was like, oh my God.
You jump scare?
I think I was more shocked by it. I was like, oh,
you did that.
No, I didn't do that. I did that when I saw Thrawn for the first time.
Oh no, you were downright crying. Don't even act like you were trying to. You were in puddles of tears, which rightfully so. Oh, do you?
I mean, when Thrawn came on, like at my house, it was like that audio. My wife's like, "Hey, this is pretty good. Where your clothes at?"
Alanis did get a little gift from me and technically Char because he pulled the card. She did get a signed Topps card, Lars Mikkelsen Thrawn. So
it's in my Thrawn shrine.
Boyfriend of the year. I did that in the
I think you have to dress up as Hawk.
But I was like, I don't know what the symbol.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't get there until Agent Callus.
Oh yeah, but once you get there, you get to wave.
All right,
like I'll buy you a flag that says "Boyfriend of the Year." You can.
I will say this: if we can crowdfund, however much it's gonna cost me to do it, I will do it. I will do it.
Literally, you could do it in a second. You just need a bomber jacket from Amazon.
I don't have a bomber jacket. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I'll send you a link.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hi, Brooke, by the way.
And it's Brooke, which means that we're gonna talk about. Wait, hold on here. Far Away Factory. She sells everything from DC, Marvel, House of the Dragon, Song of Ice and Fire. What else? Star Wars, obviously. She sells everything from T-shirts, sweatshirts, stickers,
amazing
earrings, yes. And she also does custom shoes. She did my Darth Vader shoes for Celebration 2022. She's done some other pieces. So go over to her website, farfarawayfactory.com, and support her and her whole shebang. I can't believe I used the word shebang for that. But, hey, here we are.
I'm also excited to see what a ministry becomes once Last of Us comes out. I haven't played the game, but I'm going to live vicariously through.
Same. Because I'm like, never really, like, The Walking Dead kind of, like, beat that whole genre down for me, I was like, after they left the prison, which I like, why would you leave a prison? It's like the most secure place during a zombie apocalypse. Why would you leave? And then they left. I was like, that's stupid. That's not.
Never seen that either.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for.
I saw
Wow.
I
saw the
stopped
first
zombies
season.
after 28 days later. That was a great movie, though. Soundtrack was a
Wow.
banger.
Wow. Well, now you got another thing for content that you could do. Choco reactions to Walking Dead. That's
Isn't that like-
interesting.
Isn't that like a million seasons?
No,
Not like
it's like 13.
Supernatural.
Well, they're
Oh,
doing
that's not a
Supernatural.
lot.
What are you talking about?
Speaking of which, our reaction for Supernatural is up. Check it out. Not gonna lie, never had any interest, but that first episode was kind of a banger.
Was it really?
I am living vicariously through you guys. I was a huge Supernatural fan. I was like that super hulock and like weirdo in middle school. And seeing this resurgence for all of that is healing my inner child.
I will never watch.
Supernatural was like a show that my dad had watched at one point, and then I remember getting a Tumblr account and being like, "Why are all these 13-year-old girls watching the show my dad watches?"
Oh my god! All right. Well, getting back. Well, that's the second derail of the podcast. So that if people at home check for number 2. Every single time we get off track, we should all take a shot. That's what I'm saying now. We could like
This
for
isn't
the people at home.
Sith-faced. This
for the
isn't
people-
Sith-faced. Don't steal our shtick. That's our thing.
Hey,
You need a ding sound effect though for every time.
Yeah. Like an air horn.
Yeah.
The sad air horn.
Wah, wah. Oh my god, that is a really good sound. I could see it. Oh, never mind. Anyway, on to the second question I have in the category of story. At the end of this episode, we see Ahsoka take on both Inquisitors without breaking a sweat. Do we think this was to show how powerful she is, or was it more of a they needed to build up the finale for her epic showdown with Vader?
I like always forget when it comes to Ahsoka, like how things, like the order that they came out chronologically about her story. Because in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, Tales of the Jedi. And I'm like, oh, wait, that was way after.
Yeah, but canonically, it is there.
Yeah. So on Dave Filoni talks about a little bit on Rebels Recon, where for the episode where the big thing they wanted, because this is the first time we saw her in action since season 6 of the Clone Wars.
Yep.
Season 5 of the Clone Wars. And he wanted to show how her fighting style had evolved, how she is powerful, she whoops ass. Like there's a definite power scaling thing going on. The Inquisitors are not at her level, but she fights different, right? She's a lot more controlled. She's less impulsive. She's less flashy, but she's more effective.
Gotcha. Yeah, Chase.
Yeah, I think even throughout this, like in the forming of the rebellion, like the rebels don't have that, let's just call it the Luke Skywalker character yet. They don't have that beacon, and I think Ahsoka does step in to become that character for the rebellion, and then is taken away like in 10 episodes from now. But yeah, I think that was that. I don't know if that was the goal of the writers, but it very much feels like that is like it's this scrappy group of friends that are more family than friends, and they're trying to form this rebellion, and it's not going well, and they are like scraping by and kind of winning battles, but just barely. And then now they have Ahsoka, and now it's like, oh, the rebels have a chance now because of Ahsoka.
No, yeah, that that makes a whole lot of sense the way you say like that beacon, because Ahsoka is it for a while, and it just not a whole lot of people knew that because she was working under the name Fulcrum, and she wasn't putting herself out in the front lines all that often. She was doing everything from behind the scenes.
She's like Sia,
Yes.
spends a lot of time, super talented, spends a lot of time writing for other artists in the background, do their thing, but like can handle business when needed.
No, yeah. Here's a question that is talked about a lot. So, well, maybe not a lot between the Star Wars community in general, but what with Jedi Survivor coming out, right? What are your like expectations with like Jedi surviving Order 6, like having a whole lot of Jedi surviving Order 66 at this time? Because I mean, we've got Cal, we've got Kanan, we've got Ahsoka, we've got well, no, Jocasta Nu dies, so you can't count her. But I mean, like, does it diminish the story of Luke Skywalker at any point? Because I remember having this conversation, being like, I get we want to keep Cal's story going, right? Because money, but like, I kind of teeter the line of, I feel like if you have too many Jedi around, like it kind of diminishes like Luke being the focal point. You know what I mean?
I think in the grand scheme of things, though, like 1 to 2 extra Jedi is not gonna like change the story. Mostly because like there was a lot of fucking Jedi. And to think that like every single one, was executed, I think is more far-fetched than them saying like, oh, this person's alive. But do I think that they need to like bring back dead Jedi? Like I don't think like Plo Koon should come back. Sorry. I know that's like a hot topic. But I the ones who are dead stay dead. But if they want to pop in,
Chase loves Hot Topic.
Loved.
Best tense.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, that reminds me, I got hot cash.
What the fuck?
It's cash with shirtless presidents on it.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I lost my train of thought, but yeah, Jedi stay dead for the most part, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm on the fence with the post Order 66 Jedi, because like I think the story of the Jedi that survived Order 66 is always an intriguing story. Like Cal's story is very interesting, Kanan's story is very interesting, Obi-Wan's story is very interesting. It's all interesting, but it's like every new one they bring out, well, it's a great story and you want to hear about it. I don't think it diminishes from Luke's story. I think it diminishes Order 66 every time they bring another one out. Is the effect of Order 66 is lessened every time they bring one out.
Gotcha. No, and I kind of agree with that, because it's like that's a big turning point in galactic history, is that event.
For me, I have the two different minds about it, because like Alana said, there's 10,000 Jedi. Some of them had to survive. You know what I mean? Like if a small percentage survived, there's still like a good amount out there. Some people might have been on a random mission somewhere. Some may be on an outbound flight mission somewhere else in the galaxy. Someone could have just been on the toilet and missed all the stormtroopers, clone troopers walking by. But like at the same time, if Luke is a focal point of the rebellion for years, and he's inspiring hope in people for years after the first Death Star, and you would think someone would have heard of it and like reached out. And so like the more we get in there, but I do like Jedi like Eth Koth quit, he became a priest and he was just like out chilling. So I would like some like witness protection Jedi stories.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like yes, we love that Quinlan's alive, right? We love that Cal's still around, but like at some point, and Brandon, you said it perfectly. Like you would think after they hear that a Skywalker blew up the fucking Death Star, they would be like, "Oh, maybe we should help this guy out because he's Jedi." And then it's like, how many? And then all of them start popping out of the woodwork. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it gets kind of hard to like not justify their existence when Luke is around. It's just it's hard for me to rationalize that they wouldn't jump into the fight with Luke at all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think people like it for the cameo, but not for the overall story. I think people want those cameos for that, like, oh my god, there it is moment, without thinking of kind of the ripple effect of it.
See, I can't. Like cameos are great, but like, it's got to be meaningful to the story. For me, I'm a story person through and through, and it's like Qui-Gon showing up in Obi-Wan. Take a shot because I mentioned Obi-Wan, Alanis.
Damn it.
Like that makes sense because he's trying to communicate with Qui-Gon the entire time. You know what I mean? And it's just narratively, it just has to make sense for me to like really be okay.
Unless
with it.
it's Agent Callus, then that can just be anywhere.
Oh my god, here we go.
Could be anywhere.
I like
High
the
Republic
Saint
dropped
Bat.
in.
Yeah.
I like what Saint Bat says. Isn't not if they survived the temple and Noah Skywalker was the reason. They probably heard Luke Skywalker. He's like, a Skywalker? Oh hell no! Like I'm a.
Oh, that's probably true. Yeah. That's probably true. Yeah, fuck that shit. But
I also think if we take into consideration, like looking at Order 66 up until A New Hope, that's 19 years. Like, there's a lot of stuff that can happen between then, and I don't think that Cal's gonna die in Jedi Survivor. He's not making it out of that franchise.
oh no, absolutely not.
He will die.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think having Luke and Ahsoka being the two, like, post Return of the Jedi makes sense.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're going to help rebuild.
No, yeah,
I
absolutely.
think, Kenobi opened the door for, Quinlan Vos and then a secret network of Jedi, but I also think Quinlan Vos is not going to make it past Return of the Jedi timeline if they continue to expand on those stories.
I want a story where Quinlan Voss's heart just isn't in it. You know what I mean? Considering what he's lost and all this stuff, he's just like drunk at a tap caf somewhere. Just like that's where I want to see him. But like, give me a story where Ahsoka goes out to find Ezra. It's like, yay, I'm saving you from Thrawn, and he's like, yeah, the lot's changed. We need to help Thrawn. We're going to the Chiss Ascendancy, and that's where they go. And there's a whole different thing out there. That's what
I was going to be like, I lost my virginity to a Chiss. I'm never leaving.
We all thought it was Eli Vanto when it was really Ezra Bridger. What
Eli's
a fucking
been there,
turn of
done
events.
that.
Yeah.
It's not about blue people and green people.
I personally think Thrawn's gonna be the big bad in the Mandoverse. I think and maybe towards the end they'll do a bait and switch, and we find out that the Grisk are trying to attack they all have to come together. I don't know. That could be interesting, but
I know V and I have a extensive theory, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. I cannot recall it sober, but every single time that we've talked about it drunk, it is prime. So maybe one day we will actually write it down of what we think about Thrawn.
What if Ezra trains his sister?
Oh, I would actually die. I think I would ram my head into like a pole. That would be
Sorry, that's just gonna live my head forever now.
Wow.
Oh, man.
See, now I'm gonna let that sit there, and it's gonna get worse. Because now
she's gonna get brain rot. And that's all she's gonna think about. Yep.
I'm slowly getting back into my Thrawn era.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna make it everyone's problem.
I appreciate it,
especially mine.
Pretty much.
Yay.
Well, speaking of other things and lore, I don't have permission to do this, so Luke,
don't worry, I got
do the
it.
thing.
Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
Char, she's coming for your job.
I was gonna say, Alanis, you look so ugly in that drawing.
The hair color is all wrong. Should have stayed a brunette.
There's no nose piercing, no nothing. They really fudged that one.
Botched it. So anyway, speaking of lore and whatnot, so we see Tobogo. I don't know how you say that city's name, but we're gonna go with it. their landscape is very like reminiscent of a lot of like Eastern Orthodox traditional buildings in Europe. Crazy, I know. But a lot of things in Star Wars, as we know, pull from the real world. We see it in like Padme's outfits and things like that. So my question to y'all is, if you had a planet that was based off of your own life, what would that planet look like?
Holy shit.
Damn.
The
space station from WALL-E.
That's so good. Yes.
Yeah, that is pretty great. Just gonna say that my life is a shit show. So Raxus Prime from the Clone Wars video game, perfect. Trash everywhere. You don't know where anything is.
Is there a government system? Or is it like a dictatorship? Nothing at all? Anarchy?
Well, in that game arc, I don't think it has inhabitants. It's just a trash
Luke, it's your
planet.
planet. You make it up.
Oh, well.
You decide.
Well, I was just doing that to be funny. Maybe I don't want to have Raxus Prime. I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure it out. Chase, go.
Based on my life, like all of the houses would have really dingy basements with Christmas lights hanging up. Like there would be like everyone would travel not in like speeders, but like Econoline 250s, like white vans. And like everyone acts like the TikTok guy Skunk. That would be the planet I live on if it was based off of my life.
Is it mandatory to do 1 year as like a merch person for a band? Is that mandatory service?
And like when you land in the spaceport, which is just like a 7-Eleven, they're like, hey, docking fee is like $5 or whatever you can. It's kind of donation based, man.
Wait, hold on, Chase. So you're telling me it would be a 7-Eleven in a spaceport? All I can think of is the Robot Chicken skit of the Wampa trying to fill up his ship, and he loses his keys, and he's in space, and he's trying to like grab for them. It's classic. That's what that reminded me. What? You haven't seen the Robot Chicken Star Wars editions?
No.
That is like sacrilegious.
On this planet, is there also like random guys trying to sell you their mixtapes? Just like
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's and like whenever like you walk outside, like the way they greet you, they don't say hello, they say, "Hey, good set, man."
Is Life Day just an annual pilgrimage to like an old like Vans Warped Tour location? Everyone just sits around an empty parking lot.
Yeah, no, we all go to like our one friend's Life Day instead of like Friendsgiving, and it's like your one friend who you think is really wealthy, but they're really not. They just had like a good deal, and their apartment's like slightly bigger than yours.
Oh my God.
I like it.
And like you have chairs to sit around the table, but they're all different chairs, and none of them are matching.
How did I know that this shit was gonna happen?
My equivalent to that would be like everyone meets in a parking lot to figure out where you're gonna go, and then you end up just talking in the parking lot, and no one can agree, and then you all just go home.
Yeah, that's the Senate building is a Walmart parking lot.
See, my Senate is in a Taco Bell parking lot.
Oh, nothing good happens in a Taco Bell parking lot after 10 p.m.
Exactly.
Not a goddamn thing.
Exactly.
There's drug deals. There's people having sex in cars. My God, there's shit.
I was gonna say, if it's not good, why'd you call it a happy ending?
Yeah, the two political factions of the planet are tankies and the one guy who doesn't realize he's a libertarian yet.
Oh Jesus, Alanis, what would your planet be?
I feel like my planet's atmosphere would change sporadically. So like you would wake up one morning.
Sense.
Yeah,
that makes
like
sense.
you'd wake up one morning and you'd
Makes
be like,
sense.
all right, we can breathe today. And then you would wake up another morning and be like, and then you have to grab like a mask of some sort. And this would happen at random times. No one could ever predict. That would just be the thing. Always though, the temperature would always be a nice 70 degrees. No, 70.
Oh, I was
70
8 degrees off.
70 with a warm breeze.
No, because you can't have. This is one thing about
This
living
is
in
my
the fucking
planet.
Midwest. This is the one thing about the Midwest. It's like it's always fucking windy. I'd like one goddamn week where it's zero wind, no wind at all.
I said breeze, not wind. But the other cool thing about my planet would be that everyone, once a year, everyone stops working for like an entire month. Everything shuts down. All money doesn't exist. There's no laws. It's like a month-long purge.
So,
but everyone's peaceful because it's
happy
my
purge.
planet. Yeah, happy purge.
I was gonna say, so like at the beginning of COVID lockdown. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, but people can go free.
Okay. All right. Well, that works.
Yeah, that'd be my planet.
Instant mention of COVID, and we lost 2 people. Damn it. Anyway, but yeah, it's my planet would it'd be the Rexus one was pretty funny, but it's a little too close to the nose on that one because it's trash everywhere, and I'm not the cleanliest person. And
your planet would just be the town that they live in the movie Signs.
Yes, actually.
Or Twister, just the plot of Twister. Like you're just living in the Midwest and twisters are coming down and cornfields are everywhere and cows are flying.
Yeah, like if a Jedi ever comes on a diplomatic mission to your planet, like, oh, what goes on around here? I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know. Like 2 years ago, some woman got cut in half by a speeder. That was about it.
Luke's planet is like D Squad, where there's just nothing there.
Yes.
The only thing they have is like mediocre sports.
Damn. Taking shots. Well,
they don't have sports there. They just have like 8 guys who used to play sports 15 years ago and still talk about it.
They all could have went D1, but they hurt their knee.
And they took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, they took an arrow to the knee. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, for this next question, I never do this, but I'm going to read this question verbatim as I wrote it because it does include a very important message, an aside, if you will. So, when Ahsoka says you're beaten at the end of her battle with the Inquisitors, this alludes to her battle with Vader. Now, this is where it comes in.
Oh, jeez.
Luke read this once on Wikipedia and now wants credit for this lore fact. He would like to state for the record that he didn't make it up, but it was his idea. But even though it was on Wikipedia, he swears that he didn't read it.
I did not read it from Wikipedia. I've always thought. Oh, damn it. I can read. I just. Oh my god.
Luke checks to see if he can read. No, still gibberish.
Oh my god. No. Let's get this straight. I didn't come up with it. I'm sure other people have thought that
because you read it on Wikipedia.
I did not read that on Wikipedia.
I did not.
I believe you.
Hence why. Well, we all are. I'm just gonna lean into the bit. Since everybody thinks I can't read, I couldn't have possibly read it on Wikipedia.
Anyway, just had to put it out there. If you had a final say in a battle, what would your one-liner be? What would be like your I defeated you?
Get fucked.
Yeah.
Like, I want it to be something snarky, but
hurt.
at the same time.
That hurt too close, man. Okay.
Selective.
Selective reading. He selects books with pictures.
Oh my god.
Completely correct.
I mean, she did
Man,
buy me 2 books that have pictures.
I did. I knew it was the only way you'd read.
Mine would have to. I mean, part for the course, mine would come from Rush Hour. Say we could have had something special, but you one crazy ass bitch. I think that'd be mine.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That is solid.
Chase?
I'd probably just lean in, whisper in their ear, and just be like, I get a boner from this.
Can you imagine? Like,
that's the last thing you hear before
just like
you die.
You just stab them slowly.
Yeah,
with the
just like you you got the lightsaber, the blast, like I have an erection.
I feel like mine is just like get fucked, and then just like get down, like just get fucked. It's always a good one. It's always
my
good.
gut is telling
You're
me.
bleeding.
Hi.
I like want to say like yippee ki yay, motherfucker, and just like walk out, like very like Die Hard.
But are you doing that with a blaster? How are you doing this?
My bare ass hands. I don't need anything.
Somebody
Just
I'm picturing
Tommy
hands
Tough Nuts here.
that are
No.
bare asses.
No, then. Incorrect. The corpses with rigor mortis boners are the ones that I want.
Oh, Jesus.
Cracking open a cold one.
Oh my god. Well,
I would like to do a honorable mention to Keep the Change, you filthy animal.
yes, yes,
That's a good one.
Yes, that is a good one. Oh my god. Give the Force your soul because your ass is mine. That seems like a very straightforward pickup line. A Jedi pickup line.
Someone tell Chris to record it with the mask on immediately.
Yeah. Give the Force your soul because your ass is mine. Oh,
I
that
think
sounds a little too sexual.
The only other one I could think of is just like blast out like a random conspiracy theory before you kill them. just be like gun to head. Hey, 9/11 was an inside job.
Oh my! For the record, we don't.
I want you to know the Earth is flat.
Oh my!
The moon landing was fake. As you fade away, and you're like,
Oh my god. Or I would wait until they're like seconds away from death and be like, they sent me here to tell you, and then they would die and they would have that split second.
You know what?
infusion.
This is gonna be you when you die. You're gonna be like, I have something.
I left
to tell
the
you.
money.
I left yeah, that's
are you
exactly
planning?
what you're gonna do. That's
left
exactly
the
what
money.
you're gonna do. And I'll be like, no, guys, she's just kidding. This is her spick. She's just don't listen to grandma.
And she comes back for one last like, no, I'm not. And
as Alanis dies, she just goes, Luke did it.
I plant the evidence beforehand. Glass onion it.
Oh, by the way, we watched that shit. It was really good. Glass onion's really, really good.
Ryan Johnson don't miss.
No, we don't miss. Anyway, but I feel like that's a good transition into interconnectedness.
In my experience, there's no such thing as luck.
Do you want to take it or do you want
I'll
me
do
to
it.
take it?
Anyway.
Alright.
So to close up the questions, we saw a lot of this in Andor, and it is the more everyday side of the galaxy. I do really like this episode because it shows like what the everyday kind of person is doing. Like if you had a Force sensitive child and you were just like a space cashier, this is what would happen to you. So what are some stories of everyday people that like during this time that you want to see more of? People on a specific planet, part of like a specific, faction.
You can make it funny or you can make it serious because I've got a funny one.
Why don't you kick us off, Luke?
I want to say that every time I've done the podcast since you've done these 3 categories, without fail, I Google to make sure interconnectedness is an actual word. It is.
And it is
but
indeed a word.
No fucking way.
Oh, big brain in that shit. It's great.
One day I'm gonna look at it and be like, nah. But to answer the question, like in a serious one, I would love to see a blue collar show in Star Wars. I want to see like the trials and tribulations of like a cargo hauler or like a Tabana cast miner, and like the conflicts and problems that arise like don't have to do with the Jedi, the Sith, or the Empire and the Rebellion or whatever. It's just like this is Star Wars.
Truckers in space.
Literally, like the concept of like, okay, you're on a cargo shipment and like an asteroid like smacks into the ship and you're running out of oxygen, like a regular genuine like sci-fi issue. But like, the ships that come to save you are like the ships, or they're in like a Corellian fighter and they're on their way to these planets that but it's like you don't hear about the Death Star, you don't hear about the Jedi, you don't hear about Luke Skywalker. It's just like this is clearly in the Star Wars universe, but it's so isolated, and it's just an interesting show about like blue collar workers.
Oh,
I would love
shopping?
but I would love like HGTV Star Wars.
Yes.
We
bought this house for 1 million credits. Now we have to flip it.
Yeah, like buying
like
Naboo.
A Doc Ondar hosted show.
It's Pawn Stars, but with Doc Ondar.
Yes. And the guy he always calls in is Hondo.
And then, I got an episode for you. Dex has to sell he has to sell the diner.
No, Dex has a cooking show. Are you kidding me? He's the Food
Dex,
Network.
Yeah. Dex is the.
He's
Food
running
Network.
Chopped now.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And every single time he adds a little bit of his ass sweat into some ingredients because he's always itching his butt.
Yeah,
whenever he tries when he tries like a contestant's dish and he likes, he's like, "What do you know?
What do you know? What do you know? This tastes like shit." Oh man.
I still think he should be like on Cake Boss because we know our dude loves cake.
Oh, like, fucking sure, yeah.
Absolutely.
No, my thing was actually inspired by Chase just now. I want to see Star Wars conspiracy theorists.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I want people who are like they said it was a mining accident that destroyed Alderon's in pieces. Never heard of anything like that. We need to figure out what's going on, and they're like trying to connect the dots. You can even look at this episode, right? They murked like almost everyone on that ship. How did the Empire cover it up? There's someone who's like, listen, they were cut to pieces. Guns don't do that. They are lying to us. We need to find the truth. The truth is out there.
Do not give me an idea for a TikTok series. Do not give me an idea for TikTok series. That is so golden.
But we need like both sides, right? We need both sides of conspiracy. Like, oh yeah, like no, like there's no way it was an Alderanian like mining accident. Like Alderon's not a real planet. Like that place never existed. What are you talking about?
There's one in the Legends of Luke Skywalker book where they're convinced that the Death Star never existed, but that like Luke and them knew and faked footage of something exploding and spread that they blew up the Death Star. But since the Empire never had a Death Star, they couldn't say it wasn't blown up, and so they had like as a whole conspiracy thing. Yeah, stuff like that.
So you want to basically have a Death Sticks?
Absolutely.
Dude,
Absolutely.
that would be perfect. That would be so funny. Can you imagine that though? Just give him as an alien. Make him the voice of somebody and just have him be that episode of It's Always Sunny.
I feel like that picture is like some random person on Tatooine, just like random person at the market being like, I know that Ben Kenobi is actually this dude named Obi-Wan. But when you look on the thing, it is the most like irrelevant evidence.
Like, the Arabesh isn't making sense.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Okay, is it?
Obi-Wan says hello there. This guy says hello there.
Yeah.
Obviously,
this cannot be
never
true.
said hello there in the same room. So is it like random guy on Tatooine that is a conspiracy theorist, or is it like a Corsac officer that is just going to make it the X-Files, and it's just one guy's like, no, this isn't right. This isn't right.
Oh,
it's both. It's both. Someone would have to like reach out and find these, and then they take them into like space 4chan and like into this weird there's a lot of dark stuff in there, and you have to unravel the truth.
Oh my god. Going with Dex's, I'd like to see like a day in the life of a restaurant owner. You know,
you just want Dex.
I do just want Dex.
Who doesn't want Dex? Do you not want Dex?
Yeah, are you see
I do love Dex.
Anybody that does not like Dexter Jetster, leave the fucking chat now, because this is not a safe space for you. Okay? It's just not. Like I love that. He is my Glub Shitto. He is my Glub Shitto. And Alanis would be like, "Oh, he's not a Glub Shitto," but he is. He absolutely is. He's only in like 2 minutes of screen time. He has maybe 3 mentions in 2 books.
He has a full-blown conversation with a main character. I would say that negates his Glub Shitto-ness.
Chase.
Yeah.
Why you gotta do this to me?
Eat shit.
Nah. Fuck you.
Love that.
That's a good one.
I think maybe this is just the inner teacher in me. I want to know like what the hell a teacher does. Like, how does that work?
Well, teachers
like,
don't exist. The robots teach the kids.
No, but they're not every planet has that.
No, yeah.
The rich
ones I want to know. Yeah, like I want to know like what goes on in the Royal Imperial Academy classroom. Like we get a snippet of it in Thrawn, but like what is their teaching style? I need to know.
Housewives.
Yes.
Yes, Housewives.
No, do we need like a Saved by the Bell on like
yes,
yeah,
yes,
that'd be cool.
That is exactly what I want.
And did you hear Josh?
Okay.
Oh,
the
God,
show
here we go.
is just space TV shows, so we get like 90s TGIF, but like it's just different. Like this is a Rhodian family, and that's Family Matters, and then this one is
yes,
a family
Buffy the Night Sister Slayer.
Oh, what would we do for a Wookiee show? Because that could get fucking crazy.
The Dog Whisperer.
Oh shit. That's funny.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So if you had a show called Star Wars HoloNet, and it was just like kind of like the Robot Chicken formula of like it is like just the concept is you're scrolling through a TV show and you're just seeing through new episodes. Like I think like having like 15-minute episodes of like what would this look like in Star Wars would be really cool. Like as like Marvel had like their what ifs, but instead of like trying to mess with storyline, it's just like high school drama in Star Wars.
Yeah, That would be interesting.
And I would like to see it done like by era, and kind of like see like the filterings of like the little things through each. I think that would be really sick. Like all like the weird, probably like tabloidy political things during the prequels.
Extra,
American
extra.
Sniper, but it's about Crosshair.
Oh my god, that's just season 2 of Bad Batch.
Oh yeah.
My god.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. The poster boy.
But it can't be Crosshair.
Empire.
It has to be Tamura Morrison playing Crosshair.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so that opens
actually.
up a whole new can where now I want real life stuff that we have, but played by Star Wars creatures.
Oh
Ooh,
no.
I'm trying to
Like-
think.
Like just do The Godfather with an all Hut cast, you know? Like,
Yes.
I,
Oh
My God.
shit. What the
Phantom of the Opera with Wookiees. I would love that.
Wait, hold on. What did he just say? What did he? Oh, yeah, no, a Star Wars episode for cops, and it's just the terrible fucking cops, the Robo cops in Coruscant. A day in the life of a RoboCop on Coruscant. Oh,
It's just like Cyril Karn at, like 10 years earlier.
Yes.
call center. What he does, a day in the life of a call center worker on Coruscant. Oh my god. Damn it, that would be good. Oh shit. Well, time to rank the episode. Not spoiler. Bad ensign, okay, lieutenant, good captain, great admiral, chef's kiss, grand admiral.
Good.
Choco. Oh.
Captain.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Didn't
I'm gonna go with
oh.
I don't see the ranking. You know, I'm gonna go with great because we had we didn't even talk about Chopper wanting to blow up the baby in the ship and stuff like that. We got to see Zeb being a dad. We got to see Ahsoka like cutting loose. Yeah, I'm gonna give it that one, the one I said. I don't remember which one I said.
Admiral. It's great. Yeah, Admiral. We tend not to try to talk about Chopper because fun fact,
Like,
I don't really like
it with the baby in it.
Yeah.
Right.
What the fuck?
That is, I was watching it today, and yeah, I was like, there's like, I was going through Rebels, I'm like, yeah, I feel like the whole like Chopper is a war criminal, maybe a little bit exaggerated on social media, and they're like, no, let's blow up the baby. I'm like, okay. Okay.
All right, now I get it. Now I get it.
True chaotic.
First,
good.
he's like, we can't leave the baby, and then Chopper's like, well, we're gonna blow up the ship. He's like, we can't blow up the ship with the baby in it. Like,
Yeah. Oh man, the writing on that one. Chase, what was your ranking?
I'm in between. I'm a capped admiral on this one.
Okay.
I think there's it does feel like one long chase scene for most of the episode, and it's one of those things of like, I was thinking about it today, like scrolling through like TikTok and YouTube, and just like how nitpicky some people can be on like media in general, and especially Star Wars. But I did notice stuff of like, you know, the Inquisitors see Zeb, and Zeb, they like make eye contact, and Zeb just runs away. And I was like, why didn't they just like force grab him and just stop it right there? And I'm like, oh, they need to finish the show. But it's definitely one of the things. Like, it is a long chase scene. The scene with Ahsoka is great, and I think seeing the growth of Zed, like you said, seeing Zed be a dad and show that compassion, the little equals and compassion is really cool. But yeah, it does feel like it's just dragging on for a little bit.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Admiral. because I thought the story was really, really good. Got to see Ahsoka kind of flex her muscles a little bit. And we got a little bit of like comedy, obviously with Chopper and Ezra, and kind of connecting more with the Force and kind of being able to use his abilities and whatnot. So I thought it was a pretty solid episode.
It would have been an admiral if they had Callus or Thrawn, but
Oh
since
my
neither
God,
were
not
involved,
every-
it's an
not-
automatic
well,
captain.
Oh my God.
Automatic captain.
You and your fucking
Gotta stay loyal to the brand. Gotta stay loyal.
Yeah.
I would also say, almost as like as a closing thought, of like, I'm so tired of this, like the Jedi kidnap children rhetoric that goes on in Star Wars. But I'm like, we have like such like concrete evidence that the other side loves doing that.
Yeah. It's
like
I've said
this
it once.
episode in particular is like, yeah, we're going to steal and possibly murder these babies because they might have the Force.
Yeah, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Whenever people like the Jedi are evil because of these things, they're all things that the Sith actively do.
yes.
And whenever people say Mace Windu's bad for these things, it's all things that Anakin actively does.
Pretty much. Yeah. I stitched a video. I can't remember her name. She's going through the Star Wars saga in chronological order. Yes. And she asked the question of like, why do people think that Anakin and Darth Vader are two separate characters? And I jumped on that shit real quick, and I was like, because they're morons. I mean, you can't help stupid. I'm sorry, you can't help stupid. You just can't. And I, not to be that person, but God, you don't fuck with my favorite character like that and give him excuses and tear down his character. And
well, before Luke goes on a 15-minute diatribe about Obi-Wan for the 8th
not
time.
Obi-Wan, it was Anakin. So
well,
nice
either
try.
it's the same thing. I stopped paying attention.
Yeah, they're both main characters.
You are cold as ice.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful.
No, yeah, it's just another day in the life.
Another day in Luke's.
Yeah, another day in my life. You know, always getting cut off. Anyway.
Pretty much. Anyway, does anyone have any closing thoughts, ideas? Because if not, where can we find you? Where can we follow you? Starting with Chase.
Closing thoughts. I've gone back and rewatched a couple of Clone Wars episodes in the past couple of weeks, and Rebels continues to be the superior show every time I like rewatch or watch Rebels episodes. Sorry.
That's fair.
But yeah, you can find me on TikTok at Formula Black. I mostly talk about Star Wars and Star Citizen. Don't ever play Star Citizen, ever.
Because you'll go down a rabbit hole and die. Anyway.
Yeah, literally.
Choco.
Okay, so my final thought is that technically Dexter Jettster is no longer Glove Shadow, but he is now. I'm trying to think. I've been trying to rack my brain this whole time to remember the terminology. I believe he's considered a Blorbo.
What in the God, Sam Hale? What is that?
He gives me a
Blorbo.
Blorbo.
A Blorbo. He's like your special little guy. It's a thing.
Yeah, he is.
Right, Blorbo. Oh,
I was trying to remember because someone's had a TikTok that defined different terminologies. They defined Heebity Jeebit, Blorbo, Glove Shadow, and one more, and I can't remember what the other one is. But anyways, I'm Darth Choco. You can find me on YouTube at Darth Choco, TikTok at Darth Choco, Twitter Darth Choco 7, Instagram. My previous Instagram got deleted by Instagram for no goddamn reason, so now I'm Darth Choco IG on Instagram. Come hang out on Dying in the Force Saturdays, and we're also doing reactions to random fandoms that I've never seen because I don't watch many things because I'm spending too much time on Star Wars.
Your Instagram got deleted because you kept showing your blower bow.
Jesus. Alanis.
You can follow me at Not a Kyber everywhere. 2023, my goal is to make content again. Will I do that? Who knows? You can also listen to me over at Sith Faced Podcast, and you can watch us at some point at Sith Faced Media on YouTube whenever the Sith Faced crew gets their lives together. So who knows?
Who knows? You can follow. You think I'd get this all down by now? Like Hereth's. Hereth _ I think it's _ Hereth _ something. Hereth Productions
they don't count.
on Hereth Productions on TikTok, and Hereth Edits on Instagram, even though he doesn't use it, and he's on Hive. And he's always here on the Podwans podcast, except he's not always here on the Podwans podcast. You can't say that anymore. So there you go. Then you can follow Char J on all social medias. Go check out Char's cards. Please, for the love of God.
Yeah. Everyone go unfollow Char J and Hereth Productions on TikTok for being fucking chumps.
You can find us at the Podwans. That's gonna be it for 2022.
If you say see you, please don't say see you next year. Please don't.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna go with the regular.
I saw that.
I was gonna go with the regular saying.
Oh God, I don't know that.
Don't worry, I'll say it all. Actually,
perfect.
no, Choco, you do the end. No, wait. Oh, okay. Oh my God.
All right, so that is it. On to the next one.
For life.
We're all the Republic.
May the force be with you. Always.
You derailed your own podcast.
See you next year.